unavoidably. That's 25% of the wealth destroyed right there. Additionally, they don't do any real work that generates any new real actual wealth. So that's all the labor force that's directed to the government. That's another retraction from the economy. Not to mention the actual wealth taken from the people, whether it's appropriated well successfully or not is kind of iffy. Figure you're losing 30 to 40%.
Well,
but if it makes you feel good, that's fine. If everyone agrees, that's good enough reason. But be honest, but that's the reason.
Yeah, but who gets the money for the oil? Not some private company.
So Norwegian oil is like Alaskan oil, then?
Maybe. I don't know what it's like in Alaska.
Every citizen in Alaska gets a check for oil revenues.
Oh, yeah, we don't get the check directly. It goes into a pension fund and such. So everyone are secure.
No, it's not why. That's the reason.
I don't care. We have a high standard of living.
Listen, you can't make these decisions yourself, okay? Okay, sweetie? Okay? You have money that's yours, but you can't decide what to do with it because you don't know and you're too dumb. Now, me, I have a government job, so I know. I'm smart. I have a government job. So I know how to spend your money better. Okay? Yeah, give me your money now.
We vote in the parties we want to be in charge. And we don't just have two.
Okay, well, you may say it's directly representative of the will of the people, but that doesn't legitimize it in my book. I don't think the tyranny of the majority is any more legitimate than the tyranny of a minority. I prefer no tyranny.
It's not really tyranny.
I mean, objectively, it's redistributionist. Even if it's not as bad as the U.S., it's still redistributionist. It's taking money from people who've earned it and giving it to people who haven't.
Yeah, for the greater good. Macro.
It's not for the greater good, though. It harms the greater good. I've already established that. But by the fact that you lose 30 to 40% of all that wealth every time it goes to the government. And you're telling me that if you let the individual people have about 50% of their total wealth, and include everything, maybe more, back in their own pockets to spend as they please, that nobody would choose to that there'd be huge segments of the population that would just be going hungry because everyone's that greedy and disconnected from everybody else. The fact is, if my mother is now getting Social Security and living on that, and they end Social Security, and I end up with 33% more money in my paychecks, then I can pretty well afford to take care of mom, right? And I should feel an obligation to do so. But what about those who don't? We can't come up with a solution for a bunch of individuated situations. That's what we have. We've got a bunch of individuated situations, and the government wants to come up with some sort of standardized solution to them. But the fact is, it's what they do is create a massive number of individual situations, some of which are seemingly appropriate, some of which are horribly unjust, and everything in between, for no actual reason whatsoever, is justified, except people feel better. Now, if it works and nobody's complaining about it and everyone's fine, then whatever, it's fine. Norway, you got to do what you do. Seems to be working. No problems from Norway. You guys seem sane and reasonable. I'm not trying to tell other countries that are functional what to do. I'm trying to tell other countries that are not functional why they're not functional. To the extent that Norway is not functional, that's why.
Not functional. It's functional.
To the extent that they're not, I said. To the extent that Norway is not functional, that's why they're not. To the extent that they are fully functional, then you don't need to worry about it.
Okay, then we agree.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not one to impose victimhood on anybody. That's the thing. I might see it as you guys having your rights violated, but if you don't see it like that, then it's not my problem. And since the Norwegian government is violating none of my rights, I have nothing to complain about. Right? Norway's king. You guys have a king, don't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. You have a king. You're sovereign lord.
It doesn't have any power.
Susanna, he's your sovereign lord and master. He's your king. You owe him
paper.
You owe him your life.
I like the king.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
What kind of stuff does he do?
Normal things.
Does he like preside over ceremonies and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. Like when there's new government and such.
Have you ever met him in person?
I've seen him in person a couple of times.
Did you wave to him?
When I was a child, I think I did.
Did you say, "All hail our sovereign lord"?
No, I didn't.
Kings are hilarious. I kind of wish we had a king. I'll be king. I'm going to be king of America.
Yeah, but the reason people like him is because he's not snobby at all. He's just a old guy who travels around meeting people.
And he goes, yo, king of motherfucking Norway.
That would have been funny, though.
If I were king of Norway, that's what I'd do. Hey, everybody, guess who I am? I'm the fucking king of Norway.
Yeah, in one way it's stupid, but in another way, it's not causing any problems. He has no power. He's just this traditional figure or something.
Does he have a castle?
Yeah.
Does he live in his castle?
He lives in his castle.
Does he have peasants who farm around the castle?
No. Oh, I think he have like a farm where there are people who keeps it when he's not there.
Norway should fund some ceremonial feudal sharecroppers.
Feudal sharecroppers.
Yeah. Some serfs. Norwegian serf. I bet the king of England was... What do I think about official CWFP Silent Disco?
Silent Disco?
I don't know what that is. That person's not here anymore, I guess, huh?
I hear you listening to music, but I don't know what it is.
I'm not listening to anything.
Oh, I'm in both rooms.
Yeah.
Muted.
Yeah. I don't know what he means by that. Is he in the other room too?
Who? Hell and I. No. It's How and Osiris.
Right.
And they seem to be AFK.
Well, our new exciting, most hated thing in the world is the right to housing. I'm attacking the right to housing now.
Okay.
And Europe is full of nonsense about people having a right to housing, and that's obviously not true. What do you think about the right to housing?
I think it's fine.
But it's not a thing. It doesn't exist. Who's violating your rights if you're homeless?
Well, of course, there are people who end up homeless.
Are their rights being violated?
Maybe.
How long do I have to stand outside before someone's violating my rights?
That depends on who arrives.
That doesn't sound like a right to me.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that people get to have a place to live. They're more likely to be productive and find a job or whatever.
Well, but it's a bad thing if we attain that through false rhetoric that misdefines the word right and pretends what's an act of social altruism is actually the fulfillment of an obligation that doesn't exist by a moral agent who can't act, namely a federal government.
It doesn't matter what you call it. It's a good thing.
It doesn't matter what you call it.
To me, it doesn't.
That's horrible. I can't believe you said that. Of course it matters. Because that's why we justify shit. It's like, oh, you shouldn't punch her. Why not? Well, because you'd be violating her rights. Oh, it's okay to steal money from you. Why? Because we're providing housing for somebody who needs housing. Well, they're homeless. Did they choose to be homeless? Well, I don't know. They're the homeless, so they don't have individual identities. Oh, are
Nobody
you
chooses to
sure?
be homeless.
My point is, did they ask for this housing? Why is it that they're homeless?
Like, if they don't ask for it, they won't get it.
Then how can they be said to have a right to it? Do I have to ask you not to punch me to expect you not to punch me?
I can agree that it shouldn't be a part of the human rights thing, whatever it's called.
Destroys the term and the efficiency and effectiveness of talking about somebody engaging in actual rights violations.
Yeah. It doesn't belong in there, but I still like
You
the
still
idea.
think we should pay for people's housing? Fine. Then, but at least, see, that's my point. I don't really care about the thing, but if somebody's going to be arguing in favor of that, say what they actually are arguing for. Don't try to fucking hide it up and cover it up as something else. Like, when they're arguing for let's criminalize drugs, say, I think we should point guns at those people and put them in cages. That's what you mean. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just in a ranty mood, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet it has something to do with the placement of the moon.
Placement of the moon.
The moon affects people's moods a lot, Susanna.
Do you
Now,
believe in that?
What moon sign were you born in?
Yes.
Was it rising or descending? That's how we know who you
No
are.
idea.
Are you a big believer in astrology?
No. I think it's bullshit.
Me too.
But people still manage to guess me, and that's weird.
What's your sign?
Libra.
What are Libras supposed to be like?
It's in the name. Like chill and balanced.
It's funny. I wouldn't have concluded that from the name Libra. I would have concluded free and more of a having liberty sense than chill. Let's go back to the first room and let's talk about how MBTI shade or cognitive functions is different from horoscopes.
Different horoscopes. Okay.